Okay, Geminis, welcome back. This is going to be your love reading. All right, let's go in and see what's going on with your love. This is actually going to be for my singles. Okay, this is going to be for my singles. All right, so let's look at your current energy. Okay, so I flipped them the wrong way. I'm sorry, you guys, but we know what's going on. All right, so your overall energy right now around love, I feel like I almost wanted to say not letting go of something, but it really comes off as wow. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm getting a download. It's like you're ready or you're willing for love, but it comes off like you're just not willing to be moved by anything. I feel like for a lot of my Geminis, they're looking like for a sign from God. Like, I don't like you want God to swoop down, grab you, and say, "This is the one." I feel like that is the case. I feel like that is the case, Geminis. Are you looking for a sign from God before you accept someone's number or show interest in someone? Yeah. I feel like that is the case, love. I feel like, you know, you are wanting it. A lot of my Geminis are wanting love. They love the idea of love. A lot of my Geminis, they have this idea of what they want it to be, and you know, they have this idea. Let me rephrase that. You know what you want in love. And when I say that, it doesn't go for some of you might have a type, but I feel like this is like more so of knowing how you want to be treated, knowing like having expectations of what you should be receiving and also what you should be giving. And so you're not wanting to, be moved by, someone who is, incapable of staying for the long haul, who's not built to last, who's not durable. And so you're looking for that sign from God to let you know who your guy is, who your woman is. You're looking for that sign, you know, something that sticks out and stands out and shows you like this is the one. And I get it. Baby, all the mistakes I made, I don't want to make now another one. And so, God, if you can just please tap me on my shoulder when such and such come by. Thank you. I would be greatly appreciative. I would. I really would. I really would. And you know what? I do feel like that, you know, you're leaving past, I'm sorry, leaving behind, you know, past relationships, past regrets. You know, I feel like you're escaping from, or not necessarily escaping, but you're getting away from the idea of, you know, that regret that comes with blaming yourself. I feel like you've done enough healing, you've done enough taking accountability to the point where you also understand that if a person is not here with you right now today, it's simply because of the choices that they've made. You know, you taking accountability for allowing whatever to happen, however long it happened. But you know that you were genuine. You know that, you know, this was something that you truly wanted to work out. However, it resonates for you. But I feel like, you know, it's a lot of things that you've left behind with healing yourself. Like, I feel like it was a lot of my Geminis that always liked to be in the mix, always wanted to be with a crowd, or if not that, always felt the need to want to be in a connection. Didn't like to stand alone. And I feel like you've left that behind. A lot of my Geminis have left that behind. And if you haven't already left that behind, you're coming close to that place, you know, where you're putting things in perspective of what serves you and what doesn't. Okay? And so I feel like for my Geminis who are putting things in perspective, they're identifying, you know, lingering attachments. You're identifying outdated narratives of stories, outdated ideas of what love looks like. Okay? And so you'll be stepping into this place where you're ready to put it behind you. All right? There it goes. There it goes. You know what you want. I called it out when I see the Ace of Wands. You know exactly what you want. You want someone who, you know, knows that they're lucky to have you. But you also want to be able to express to them that you know that you're lucky to have them as well. You want someone that matches you, you know, that can rise to the occasion whenever it needs to be, and also can sit back and chill when it's time to chill as well. You want someone that's just as happy, joyful, peaceful, you know, as much as you are. Someone that brings that light in every room, you know, everywhere that they go. Someone that's constantly, you know, trying to build, create something new, like that good adventure. And I almost said story, but it's like an unpredictable story. Like, you never know what you're going to get with this couple. Because and in reality, they don't really know what they're going to get from each other. But it's just something in it where it's understood, even when it's not understood, as crazy as that sounds. You want someone that's confident in you as much as you're confident in them. someone that's full of life, you know, someone that's capable of making you the center of the world, because you know that you know how to prioritize things to make someone feel like they're the center of yours. That doesn't mean that we neglect our responsibilities. That doesn't mean we stop going to work. That doesn't mean that we, stop tending to our pets and our children. No, it means that we prioritize things to make it work. You want someone that's going to lead, but also respect when you speak. Someone that's capable of seeing. And I'm not talking about opening your eyes and just being able to see. No, I'm talking about a visionary, somebody that's able to see it, even when they can't see it. It's deep, love. You want something with substance. You do. You want something with substance. And you deserve that. You truly do. And I feel like, I honestly feel like, that's coming in for you. It's coming in exactly how you want it. It's coming in. It's really coming in for you. I feel like there might have been like some loose ends that needed to be tied, but other than that, I feel like it was already in the works. I feel like this what's coming in for you, this significant other, it has all the characteristics that you are seeking. I really do. I see it coming in for you. And it's going to be exactly what you want. How you want it is that it's going to be it. That's going to be it. I feel like, oh my gosh, Gemini. Oh my goodness. I feel like what's going to prep you for this to come in is simply you, sticking to your guns, I don't know if there's going to be, and it probably, you know what, and it might be a big sign from God. I don't know if it's going to be what you're expecting exactly, but I feel like there is going to be some type of feeling that you get that you're going to know the difference. You're going to know the difference from the fake. It's going to hit different. I don't think that you're going to be able to be tricked or finessed, because I feel like you've been through so much that you know a finesser from the time they start talking, from the time they start bumping their gums. You just have to, I feel like it's going to flow, it's going to come, everything's going to align for you in love by you staying in control, not getting to a point where you're just so sad, so depressed that you're lonely, that one night you just get drunk and you go to the bar and you just go home with anybody. Or, I don't know if you do those type of things, but not getting drunk or going back to an ex or, somebody from the, because I don't know, I don't feel like this is someone from the past. I feel like this is something that's being gifted anew. So I feel like as long as you stay in control over your emotions, stay the course, not settle, keep your what you expect in love, keep them high. Stay hopeful. You just gonna keep reeling it in. You're gonna keep reeling in this significant other. I feel like that's exactly what's gonna happen. Because I feel like, when we get sad, when we get lonely, when we feel like we're by ourselves, we tend to get a little reckless. But the emperor's here. It's not about getting reckless. It's about having self-control, baby. It's about whatever passion that we have burning inside that, is that we want to be, oh, I don't know why I heard penetrated, but that passion that's inside that we have for love that we're seeking for is something about just hold it together. Keep it cute, handsome, whatever your T is. Keep it together because, you're reeling it in, love. Is you stay the course. It's something here about being stubborn about you. Okay? And I feel like maybe a lot of my Geminis, they're not even really my single Geminis, they're not even studying. It's probably not even nothing really, if it is some little something, it's really nothing. But you're really stubborn about yourself. Maybe my Geminis are maybe being, what do they call it? Abstinent or, celibate. Whichever the term is. I'm not sure which is the right term. Don't kill me, y'all. But, you're withholding sex. Even if you got some friends, like, you're not, it's not nothing like that. It's not nobody you've come across where, you feel like, yeah, it's maybe about 2, 3 of them you talking to, and it's like, none one of them fit the description. I ain't doing shit, and you ain't wrong. But stay the course. Stay stubborn about you. That is, it has power, baby. Like, people don't understand, like, the power of sex. A lot of people don't understand the power of sex. But just as much power sex has, so does abstaining from it. Okay? It holds a big power. It does. It does. So, and I'm talking about health, mentally, spiritually, it does. All right? So I feel like if you stay the course, all right, you're going to see it coming in soon. This could be 8 days, 8 weeks. And I feel like you might, start paying attention to little signs and synchronicities that, align with this person getting ready to come in. I feel like it's going to happen sooner than what you think. I do. I honestly feel like this connection is going to come in sooner than what you think. Yeah. It's going to come in sooner than what you think. This person is going to come in when you least expect it, sooner than what you think. And it's like they're going to come in so vibrant. Look at this. They're going to come in so vibrant. They're going to match what you want to the T. Because we have the Queen of Wands card in the energy of the characteristics of this person, of what you're wanting. Or, it's in the place of what, and then we have the Sun card of who, the actual partner. They align with what you want to the T. And it's like, it's going to throw you off. It could possibly be somebody younger than you, or it could just be someone who has that youth-like energy, youth-like spirit. They still have that joy, that joy. And it might not be someone younger than you. It could be someone, older than you or your same age. But regardless of their age or, it's going to be someone who is going to be able to love like they've never been hurt. And that's powerful. It speaks volumes, okay? It does. It really speaks volumes. And but don't be fooled though, because just because they come off playful and joy-like, childlike, baby, they put in the work. They paid the cost to be the boss. And baby, I feel like this is a boss. Somebody who talks, everyone listens. Okay? This is not somebody that you could shoo. This ain't no little boy or little girl. This is a boss. When this person speaks, everyone in the room listens. Okay? This is, but they're still, you get some people when they speak and people listen and it's like, I said what I said. Well, it's kind of like they know it's balanced. Okay? It's balanced. It's not, where they can't hear you out, or it's not to the point where you can't get any understanding. No, this person is in an even place. They're balanced and it's fulfilling. Oh yeah. This is exactly what you meant. This is exactly what you asked for. This is what you prayed for. This is what you put out into the energy, and now it's being returned to you. This could be someone that brings joy in your life, in your children's life, if you already have children, or if you don't have children, maybe you could possibly have more children with them, or it could be both. Take it as it resonates. And if you don't have children, don't want children, this could be, creating something together that's successful, that reflects, the two of you. The balance, the happiness, the joy, the youth light, that's what that is. But I do feel like for some of my female Geminis, I feel like this person, if you get pregnant from this person, they're the type of person, they don't want you to work. They don't want you to stress. They want you put the fuck up. Ooh, I'm looking. Like, they driving you everywhere. Like, they don't want, they bringing everything to you. They don't want you to, I'm hearing your wish is my command. Mm-mm. They like, you might not even have to plan no baby shower with this person. This person is just taking over, and it's going to rock your world. And I feel like it's, if there's anybody lingering in your life who, still need to be shaken off, this person is getting rid of all of that. Like, they're clearing it out. They're shaking things up. They're getting rid of the people that's still lingering, that don't even deserve your energy. Cause I feel like this person is the type of person that see, like they're like you, like they sense things and they see the BS a mile away. And when they see it, they call it out and they ready for it. They ready to do. Yeah, they know what to do with it. They know exactly what to do with it. Right, Geminis? So I don't know why I just heard stay afoot. What type of fucking, like, is we in BC time? Like, what the fuck does a foot mean? Stay afoot. But it in my spirit is telling me stay the course. Stay the course ahead. That's what I'm in my spirit is telling me. Stay afoot. Stay afoot. Stay focused. Stay to it. Keep going. A foot. Let's see what's going on with my Geminis. I have to stop saying that. Let's see what's going on with my Geminis that are in a connection. I want to see what's going on with you guys. How are you doing? How is life? You already got your person. What is going on? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Yeah. What's going on with you guys? Y'all got some tips for my for the gang that's for the part of the gang that's not in a connection? How's it going? Y'all got some advice for them? Y'all got some gems to drop on them? Ooh, a single Gemini's, we love those gems. I know I do. Tell me a thing or two. Listen, one thing about me, I don't ever want to stop learning. And I'm never getting to a place where I feel like I cannot learn anymore. Oh baby, I'ma always learn. I think I'm gonna be that type of person that is like 50 and like enrolled in college courses, learning something new. Or at like or like at, some type of convention where they're teaching something like I'm just, listen, we only got one life to live on this earth. I want to be so knowledgeable. I want to just learn, like just the beauty of learning. Like, and when you think about culturally, it depends on what your ethnicity is. But when you think about it, everything that our ancestors had to do in order for us to have this right, this capability to learn, why not take it? What I always say, y'all, take the bulls by the horn. Why not take the bulls by the horn and learn you up some shit? Because the mind is a terrible thing to waste. It's, life happens, Probably dropped out of school. Probably got a GED. Some people probably got special diplomas, but it doesn't matter, Just keep learning if that's your thing. Sometimes you don't, but me personally, because you don't, and that's the thing too, you don't have to go to a college to learn. Like, get books, educate yourself, just get some truth, get some knowledge. Like, that's just the type of time I'm on right now. And I just felt like I would shine that light because, it's something, it's inspiring. Learning is inspiring. It's very empowering. Knowledge is fucking power. Knowledge is fucking power. I kid you not. I can give examples on times where I didn't know not a damn thing versus when I had to go through that similar situation again, or could be there for somebody else going through that same situation, and I knew what I knew and how it just changed the dynamics of situations. Oh, baby, yeah. Knowledge is power, baby. And I'm going to always be an advocate for that. Always. Because, yeah. Let's get into it, y'all. All right. Let's see what we're going to get into. My chest is hurting. I don't know what the heck is going on. All right. Let's do it like this. All right, y'all. So let's see what is going on with your thoughts or your mental patterns around love? What is your thought process about, you know, your connection? Hmm. Are you going are you in a count are you in a connection? Okay, Gemini. So I'm getting a couple things. So either there's a Gemini in a connection where they're trying to keep the relationship or this connection healthy, right? So you're seeking advice, getting insight. That's crazy because when I was shuffling, I kept saying that was before I even started shuffling, I think. I was like, I want to get, do y'all have some advice for us? Because I love advice. And that's when I got into learning and stuff. But so we have some of our Geminis here that is in a connection, and they're trying to keep the connection flowing, and they're trying to keep it healthy. And so you are, getting advice. This could be, whether from someone you trust, maybe, or maybe from like a friends who are in a marriage. This could be maybe a pastor. This could be counseling services that you're paying for. You're getting some type of advice. This could also be spiritual. Maybe you could be praying and getting signs, synchronicities on what to do. It could be through tarot. You're getting signs through tarot on how to approach the connection. Yeah. You trying to learn. I got my Geminis, like I just got the feeling of, okay, this is what I got. All right. I was in my mind, I was like, move your hand to touch the card. But before I could move my hand, I looked at the card and I felt like teach, but I was already talking about learning. Okay. And when I thought about teach, a feeling came over me and I started feeling like exactly how I felt or how I feel about learning. So I feel like there's this big, you know, ambition or bigwitty to learn this person, learn to love correctly and fully and wholly. Like it's something here strongly about my Geminis in a connection that want you. You don't like, you look at this connection as sacred. You look at it as sacred, and you want to be in this connection for a long time. Like, this could be, if you believe in marriage, you're wanting to get married. This could also be, if you're not, being guided, this could be maybe premarital counseling before you go get married. But I feel like, a lot of it is trying to learn. You're learning. I don't know how long you've been with this person or been in this connection, but it's something in this connection that's different from the other connections that you've been in. Okay, Geminis. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh, y'all. Wow, I just felt like I wanted to cry a little bit. Like, in itself, like, Gemini's, like, you might have been a person that, if you're going to counseling, if you're getting this advice, I feel like you're the person who initiated this, because, and the person, they love you. They're going to rock out with you. They're going to do, they're not opposing it. It's not like they're being forced to. I'm sorry, Gemini. 1 second. I'm sorry, Geminis. I'm back. So, yeah, you're the one that initiated. They're not forced. They're doing it because, they either feel the same way you do, or they're just as eager. Like, I feel like it's mutual, right? But it's like, they call us the twins. They say we have a twin. So it's like one side is like, want to learn, want to make sure they do it right. And they often say that the twins have, they're like hot and cold, night and day. Like, but in this situation, the twins are, on one accord. And I started to get teary eyed because it's like, twin is trying to make sure they do it right. And then, you know what? But I have to say this before I get into why I got teary eyed. Okay, T. So, you've done a lot of healing. You've done a lot of healing. You've done a lot of healing, Gemini. And that's how you're able to be in this place, because I feel like in a situation where you're not healed, where you're toxic, you could probably want to do the right thing, but then the other side is like, fuck it, no, do the crash out energy, right? You've done a lot of healing. So you're on one accord, and the other side, and one side is like, wants to make sure they're nurturing and growing and doing all of these things the right way in love, in this connection with you, and maybe, spiritually in the connection, like trying to make sure it's done absolutely right. And then the other twin is like, I feel like this is my gift from God. Like, I feel like this is my good luck charm. Like, I feel like, when God opened doors and opened the pathways for me, it gave me this person, my person. I don't want to mess it up. Like, this is for me. Like, this person came at the perfect time in my life, and things probably was still cloudy, but when they came, it became more clear. Like, baby, oh, it's that mushy shit. But no, for real, Gemini, like your twins are on the same page. Like, you are in this connection and you're fucked up about it. You love it. You wholeheartedly love it. Like, you really love it here. Okay? You do. And I love that for you. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting over a cold. I think a lot of people been getting sick with colds. Um, oh my gosh. And then we have like, oh my goodness. Okay. This is called the Gemini heart spread. Okay, so this is called the Gemini heart spread. But anyways, um the way that y'all spirit is like, this is such a like, it's so mushy today. It's really so mushy for the Geminis in the connection. Like, y'all have a very good communication style. I can't even lie to you. Like, y'all have a very good communication style. It's like the way that y'all communicate with each other, y'all can talk about any and everything. And like how sometimes, they call it pillow talk, right? Let me tell you this. So I was in a relationship, right? And, it was something that was disturbing me about what was said to me, right? And I usually don't say anything because it's not, but like sometimes something is said and you want to be able to talk to somebody about it and get an honest opinion without, boundaries being crossed. Now that could be right or wrong because people got different perspectives on um their view on, talking to significant others about, say a best friend tell you something or a sister, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so I just felt like it was something heavy and I wanted to talk about it, not talking about the person, but just trying to get understanding. Maybe if things can get put in perspective. Well, long story short, the person went back and said something, violated, crushed me. Never, ever, ever in my life after that person have I ever pillow talk again. Right? But I feel like in this particular connection, like y'all could talk about, this is the type of person that if someone give you the tea on something and you just really want to talk about with somebody you feel like can relate and chop it and break and do y'all could have y'all little 1-2, this that person. And it would never, they'll take it to the grave. Like, this is the type of person you could talk and tell and it'll go to the grave. Also, with you guys having this type of communication style, baby, it's nothing that y'all can't do. It's nothing that y'all cannot do. It's nothing that y'all cannot overcome. And that's probably why, if you're going to counseling, if you're getting this advice, it's absolutely going to work. It's absolutely going to work. Maybe you having indifferences and don't see eye to eye, and maybe it might not even be about that. But if it comes to a time, space, place, y'all gonna overcome it. It's something that's gonna be able to be overcome. Y'all can overcome anything. Y'all could conquer the world. You know? So this is really like, yeah, it's y'all got something really, really strong here, really deep, really very passionate, very genuine, very authentic. And most importantly, I think that y'all both understand. And I know if they don't, you do, but I feel like they do too. You have something rare. This is, it's not come down nuts like, no, this not that. This not that energy. Because let's be real, it's hard to find good people in this world. It's hard to find good people in this world. That's not faking, that's not being something other than that don't come with a lot of bullshit. So you understand, and I feel like they understand as well, that what you two share is rare. And I feel like you guys are doing whatever to protect that because you know that it's sacred. I'm sorry, y'all. I talked myself out of breath. I was sick, so give me a chance, all right? I feel like this connection is so strong, so united, so conscious, so you know, it's given. I'm sorry, I'm getting a download. Like this connection is so for real. Like it is so clear. It is so I want to say perfect, but ain't nothing perfect. But it's like perfect for y'all because it's easy. And when I say easy, in a sense of not that y'all not going through stuff or don't come across bumps, humps, lumps, locks, knocks, whatever. It's saying that even in those moments, y'all are still able to get through, to move with a clear mind, to move consciously, to know that I'm so upset and I just can't talk right now. But even though I'm upset, I don't want to not be sleeping next to you at night. Like it's given that. It's given all of that. We don't got the answer tonight, but we'll figure it out tomorrow. But you gonna lay in this bed with me like that, you know? And it's, and I feel like maybe more so of, and don't kill me, you guys, but I feel like whoever the woman is the one that is more, you know, conscious. And I don't want to say more, but I want to say, uh, how can I say? Because I don't want to say, but she really like, it's the woman that I don't know how to say it, you guys. Spirit, please give me the words to say because I don't know how to express it. But I know that you put it on my mind, put it on my spirit for a reason. But I feel like the woman has profound clarity. And it's nothing wrong with knowing when to let your woman lead because I mean everybody got different perspectives of how a relationship should be. I know, back in the days they used to, put on this persona that, the man and what the man says. But honestly, I really feel like it was a lot of households back in the day where when the woman spoke, he listened. And I feel like in a genuine connection, A woman know when she should speak and when she should listen. And I feel like in a genuine connection, a man know when he should speak and when he should listen. And you take it how it resonates, however it works for you. Okay? But it's that balance of love. You get what I'm saying? It's not a dictatorship. We not voting to impeach. It's not, we've not been to overthrow the government. Like, it's not that. It's mutual, it's balanced, it's clear, and it's understood. Even when it's confusing, even when it doesn't seem so clear, it's still understood. That's that we don't got the answers tonight, but we'll figure it out in the morning. Come on, let's go to bed. Did you eat? You hungry? Are you okay? How was your day? You know? Like, it's that. And it comes with maturity. And, if it's the woman, she might be older or just have a more mature soul. It could be that. But it's really beautiful. I think that the way that you guys are moving in this connection, it's like perfect. Like how in some connections, y'all up under each other 24/7 and y'all don't give each other time to do nothing else. And then it starts to create havoc. Okay, this is not that. All right. I feel like whoever, and it could be both. It could be the man, but it could be mute. Like I said, it could be mutual, but I feel like, there is an understanding of what you put in is what you'll get out. And I feel like, in this connection, whether, you both realize that or not, but I know that it's being seen. So you might be seeing it little by little, but you know that the more you put in, the more you invest, the more you'll get back in return. And I feel like this connection is eager for that investing as much as it's eager for the return. Okay. If there was any, I feel like this person or in this connection, I feel like all the boxes are checked. Like, how like things could be going good in a connection and then there could be something like, oh yeah, but probably need to work on this, or she should do a little more of that, or he for a man, he do pretty good, but yeah. So this is not that either, okay? So this is like all the boxes being checked, check, 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 check. It's like y'all are like perfectly aligned with each other. Like everything that you want this person to do, they're doing, and everything they want you to do, you're already doing. And it's like it's perfect. And it's like if there is something that's missing, you guys getting advice, or like it's fulfilling in every aspect. There's no holes, there's no gaps, there's no, like it's fulfilling on all levels, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. It's defining and it's refining and it's favorable and it works. It works. And like I said, y'all love it here. Y'all do. And it's so crazy because in this position where the Eight of Wands is, it's like if you guys keep everything as such, it's nothing but goodness. Like, this is the type of, like how when you do a good deed and it come back 10 times, like you get it, you probably did a little something small, and then you end up getting something 10 times. You're like, dang, like where that come from? God, you be showing that. Well, it's like, and that's like, that's the case with this connection. It's like, that's what I'm saying, like the power of love, the power of intimacy. Like, people don't like, I feel like, you know, I don't want to get too deep into all that because, I'll go to sounding like a conspiracist. I'll go to, just putting a bunch of different ideas out there, and I don't want to, I don't want to do that. I don't want to shift that onto anybody. But what I do want to say is that I feel like along the years, we as human beings have lost sight of what intimacy really is for and what it really does. Like, we don't really, I feel like, it's a lot of kids, like, it started early. Kids are lusting at an early age just because they want to say that they're not a virgin no more, or just because they want to experience what somebody else experienced, or just because they're curious, or just because whatever the reason is. But if you pay attention, it's not really the right reason. And they don't even really understand it. And they don't even really know what fully comes with it. Like, I was having a conversation with my kids the other day because, like, I'm noticing my two oldest kids, they're having signs of like puberty, and I'm like, okay, like let me just, I haven't really got my foot all the way in there yet, but I will. But I'm just saying that, I had to break it down, like the power of it, like it's not just an act; it comes with a lot. And a lot of people, walk around like it's not a cross to bear once you cross that line. But baby, once you cross that line of intimacy, you cannot go back to the point of not ever knowing. You get what I'm saying? So once a child crosses that line, they can't go back to actually being what you call a child, right? So, it's important to me, and it took me till I got fully grown to really understand what sex really is, and intimacy and love, and, just really understanding. Not only fully understanding the act, because I feel like what is going on now in society is they treat it as if it's nothing, but in actual reality, it's a lot. It's a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool that you can use in multiple ways to do multiple things. And they see it, but they ignore it or they abuse it and continue to manipulate and use it in ways that, was never intended to be used. To hurt people, to, create broken families. But like I was saying, in this connection, you guys understanding that it's different. If you're having sex with this person, it's like y'all fully understand the act of it. You understand what it takes for someone to give their self to you. Do you know the level of trust that it takes that you should have? The level of trust that you have to give your body to somebody, and trust that they're not going to hurt you, give you something, or get you, leave you with something, it's first, it's a trust thing too. It's levels to it. It's levels to it. And I feel like, and I don't really want to go too far into it, but you really gotta really read. Like, if you ever see those people that are like, I don't know what their title is called, but they teach you about sex, but not just positions. Like you have to get with somebody who really knows, like, and you really fully understand like sex, the act of sex, the emotions, what it takes to get to that point. It just hit different. But I feel like if you, in this connection, you probably don't have all the book work, but I feel like you're understanding that in this connection, the act, the emotions, the weight, the power, the control, the release of control. Like it's like so much that comes with it. But you know, like I said, in all of that, I had to tap on that. But in a nutshell, all of that of understanding that and respecting that and loving each other and just being good to someone else, you know, it's bringing in blessings after blessings. It's bringing in good news after good news. Like, you see people that be in committed relationships and they're so successful, truly successful. I'm not saying that people don't have slip ups and mistakes and things like that. And I'm not saying that, but I'm not getting into like people who are successful and do bad things. I'm talking about in this connection. You got to understand that in this connection, what I'm speaking about today, because of how you are towards each other, how you maneuver and go about things is what creates blessings for the both of y'all. And I feel like as long as you guys keep this up, you guys are going to be rewarded and rewarded and rewarded. Like it's going to be blessing on top of blessing on top of blessing. If you thought you were blessed before this connection, baby, the longer you stay in this connection, the more blessings you're going to see. I promise you. I promise you. And you're going to see things happen fast. You're going to notice that, you able to manifest things fast. Have you, like, y'all need to look into like sex manifestation. Like if you like in this, if this resonates with you, get a book. And I wish I had it, but do your research on sex manifestation and apply it to your connection. I promise you. I promise you, you're gonna thank me. I promise you. All right. So until next time, Geminis, take care.